Hey everybody, so welcome back to North Fork. Got another beautiful evening here in North Fork Hollow. I'm Derek, so thanks for joining us today. Got Adam up here sitting on the backhoe. So what we're going to get into today, we're down at the lower landing, down where I keep some equipment and some lumber and just stuff like that, instead of keeping it up by the house. Got a couple fuel tanks down here. I want to move some of them around. One's still got some diesel fuel in it. We're going to drain that out and then move the tanks and kind of get them all in line. I was planning on getting rid of one of the tanks, but I'll explain here a little bit what I'm going to do, and end up keeping all the tanks we have, just kind of rearranging them. All right, so what we have here is we've got 3 different fuel tanks that I'm going to end up using, and so I'll kind of describe what each of them is. So the first tank, it's a 150-gallon round tank. It's got a fuel filter on it. Right now, that's got some off-road diesel in there I use for the backhoe and the loader and stuff like that. The next tank, right there, that is a 250 or 275 gallon home heating fuel tank that when I first bought the property, I brought it up here. I would put diesel fuel in that, so I used that for a while. Right now it doesn't have anything in it. These 2 tanks down here on the bottom came out of that. I'm getting ready to, I'll end up using that again for diesel fuel. So this tank over here is a 300 gallon regular fuel tank. It's got a pump on it. I use that for gasoline. I use that in the off-road truck. Use that in Elvis, any other vehicles that need fuel or anything like that. So this tank is just regular unleaded. So this 150 gallon round tank, that's got a little bit of diesel fuel in it right now. We're going to drain that out, and I'm going to end up putting ethanol free fuel in this. I like using that ethanol free fuel for my small gas engine stuff. I've started using that. Well, I used it a couple years ago. Didn't really use it much when we were building the house, just because I was going through so much fuel. But started using it again here in the past year, and I'm gonna put some ethanol free in that. The place where I get the unleaded gasoline from, they will come out and deliver, so they should deliver some ethanol free. I probably have to get 100 gallons, but that's fine with me. Put it in that tank. I'll treat it and be able to use that. Then just pull the 4-wheelers down here when they need it and fill it up from that. The big 275 gallon tank, I was going to get rid of that and just use a smaller one, but I want to have ethanol-free fuel here as well instead of using gas cans all the time. So I'm going to end up putting my off-road diesel in that tank, and so we're going to pump it in. And again, the fuel company will come out. They will fill me 150 gallons at a time whenever I run low enough. So I will end up using that tank up there. So first thing we want to do is Adam's over here trying to get this unlocked. I usually keep it locked because we're quite a ways from the house and down close to the dirt road that we live on. So try to keep that locked. He's unlocking it right now. We'll drain out the rest of the fuel that we have in there into a barrel, and then I can move the 150 gallon tank away, and we'll move the 275 gallon, spin it around, and we'll get everything nice and lined up right here in a row. So see if we can get that done. Alright, so this barrel's getting pretty full. I don't think there's a lot left in there, but I'm going to go ahead and stop it and switch out to another barrel, and then we can finish draining that tank. Alright, so these 2 barrels over here that are full of fuel, I'm going to try to move them over just to get them out of the way of where the other tank is going to go. Have you Figure if there's 50 gallons in there, diesel weighs about 6 pounds per gallon, 300 pounds a piece, so plus they sink into the soft ground, so it's not light, but got them out of the way. Alright, so we let that drain out while I was at eating supper. So we'll take this out. Get these two barrels moved, and then we can start moving the tank. So it's a lot easier to move these barrels that way with a backhoe than it is to roll them. Alright, so let's see if we can move those tanks. Alright, so we got that tank moved where I want to put it. But this other tank, that black tank right there, and this stand, I want to put right here next to this. And there's a tree there, an oak tree, just a small oak tree. So I'm going to cut that oak tree down, and then we'll have a spot to put that tank. Alright, so I'm going to be cutting this tree down right here. So I'm trying to lay it right out here, basically right next to where the camera is. So it's leaning back a little bit, but it does have some limbs out on the side where I want to fall, so let's see what happens. I wasn't sure it was going to go that way, but it ended up falling right where I wanted to. I thought it was going to set back on me, but it must have had enough weight from limbs out that other way. So let's probably buck this into two sections here and pick it up with the backhoe and just move it out of here so I can finish up what I was trying to do tonight. So. So that's the beauty of that 4-in-1 bucket on the front of the backhoe. Just cut that tree in half, pick it up, the clamp bucket, out of the way. I can move it, be done with it just that quick. The whole process, cutting the tree down and moving it, only took about 5 minutes. So it's done, it's out of the way. Next time I want to cut something up, I can come down here and just cut that up into lengths and throw the brush over the bank. So just makes quick work of it. So let's see if we can get this tank moved and finish up for tonight. Alright, so we got the tanks moved, got everything in place. Give you a little shot here of what we got. Got the gas tank over there. It's going to be the off-road diesel tank and the ethanol-free tank there. So I just got to get these barrels of off-road diesel up into this tank. We'll use a 12-volt pump to do that. But that's for another day. So went pretty well. Took a little longer than expected. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.